Hey folks, well it's now time for some Lord of the Rings. We had a little tournament running. It was 3 games for 300 points, and then it was 2 doubles games. Main scenarios we ran were, the first one was To the Death, and then Clash by Moonlight was the third one, Hold the Centre, Hold Ground I think it's called, was the second one. And then I'll discuss the other 2 scenarios when we do the doubles. Basically, we had, I think, about an hour to play each of the singles games, and I think it was an hour and a half for the big ones. So there's quite a lot of gaming in a single day, and we did quite well. We got 12 players here, so it was quite good fun, and we got some guys up from different clubs. I appreciate them travelling up, and I didn't have to run this one, so thanks a lot to Dave who actually ran this one. I just had to be there to set up. But he actually did all the running during the day, so I didn't have to bother. I could just sit back and enjoy. The main battles, the first 3 single player ones, I've got some decent photos of. Unfortunately, towards the double ones, time constraint meant I didn't take quite so many photos, so they're going to be quite quick battles. So to start off, I'll be up against the Armies of the Dead, and yes, I'll be using my Harad, which I'm trying to get painted. I missed a couple off. One of the reasons I've been quite quiet recently is because I've been trying to find a van. I've had some fun with that because mine just died, and that's been killer for work and everything else. But I managed to get the minimum coating on for everyone, so most of them you see, and a couple of new models you probably haven't seen painted, like my assassin and that, so that's ideal. Right, without further ado, I shall get on with the battle report. So the first games we're playing on 4-foot tables, so you'll see like a river or a road maybe on some of the games, which is basically just a divider to break up the 6 before, which we'll be playing on later. So as for my Harad force, it is 8 bowmen, 3 spear, 1 banner, and my Sharin. That's for 1 warband. Sorry for the blurry. And my other warband is 4 raiders with war spears, chieftain with bow, war spear, and a horse. So after the first couple of turns of manoeuvring, my main idea here is to use my complete shooting advantage because my opponent is all combat. I didn't mention that some of the guys do have spears if they're armed with spears in his force as well. Yeah, I'm basically going to try and shoot the best I can. Them being a defense 8 with shields is a bit hard going. I mean, I'll be wounding on, what's that, 6 and 5s with my bows. So downside of strength 2 bows, but I do have poison, I do have a lot of shooting, and there's no risk to me involved. I move my cavalry up to the flank, basically to give them another target. If I can get them to split up, outnumbered, I have a good chance of defeating them in combat and wounding them. So as you can see, they're starting to split up now. I'm just waiting for them to come in decent shooting range. My Hasharin comes out, and I purposely move him out over here, mainly because, again, it's bait. If I can get them to divide up as much as I can, I have numbers, I have cavalry, all I have to do is surround a few, and I can win some combats and kill the damn things off. And so far it's so good. We class it as a marsh, thus being water terrain, so those guys aren't slowed down by it at all. And as you can see, they're already breaking up. This is ideally what I had planned. They're using the marsh as cover. I just want to kill 1 or 2, but yeah, as I say, getting through the that defense 8 with bows is a bit of a challenge. My opponent is very worried about my cavalry, which was perfect because he's left his little mob over the one side there. Also has his King of the Dead in it, who has the Harbinger of Evil, which means I'll be at -1 courage within 12 of them, which these guys being ghosts will also be hitting on my courage instead of my defense. But for me, it's not too much odds because my defense isn't all that great anyway. So yeah, as you can see, they've split up well, and my shooting's done nothing. My Sharon's just moved up to have a shot with the blowpipes. So over on the left hand side, I managed with the help of a might point. I thought I may as well spend it. They've got so few number, killing off 1 makes a huge difference. My captain with the bow actually managed to take out one of the undead chaps over there. In the centre, my assassin gets into a fight here. I'm pretty happy. I've got the high fight and I've got 3 attacks. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can have a good chance to take them out. Not only that, I'm wounding on the 6s, but I've got Bane Kings, which means I'm rerolling fails to wound. So, yeah, I'm happy with him getting stuck in with these guys. So that's how things are looking on the following turn. So, yeah, it's engage my assassin to the bottom. As you see, I've taken 2 cavalry just to head round the trees. This is just a pure feint. I'm just doing it again just to force my opponent to move around, break him up, panic him that he's going to get surrounded with cav and run down. When really all I'm trying to do is give my archers as much time as I can, and my Hasharin. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can chuck him in to most of these fights there, even surrounded, he can't get trapped, and have a good chance of winning them, especially if I can move the banner up in a minute to support him. So at the moment, this is working well into my favour. They've broken up, they're coming at me piecemeal, and I've got time to shoot him. Bearing in mind, Hasharin is also my group leader, my army leader, thus, yeah, he is quite fragile. I mean, he's only defense, what, 4, I believe? And he's only got 2 wounds. He's got 3 fate, though, but doesn't always help. So it's a bit of a risk chucking him out here, but again, this is all bait. I'm just throwing him out here to get into fights and kill stuff off, which my normal men probably wouldn't be able to kill quite so easily. And in this fight, yep, he managed to take one out. So yeah, in the following turn here, my opponent decides, yep, we're going to go for it, and starts pushing forwards. As you can see, my cavalry have returned. That feint just to get my opponent moving, it has worked, and now they're on the march. They've gone through the terrain, but they've tried to send out one dead guy to slow down my cav. I'll quite happily charge him with as much as I can, knock him down, double the attacks, and my lancers, there's a good chance I'll be wounding him. Down the bottom there, my assassin... Yeah, my assassin was charged. Oh, yeah, I think my assassin was charged. I've been supported with the spearman. He's passed his terror test to get in. Again, he's left the rest of his force back, so his evil, King of the Dead hasn't got his Harbinger of Evil in play, so I can have a better chance of passing those terror checks. And I've got a banner there just to make sure. And as you see, I made quick work of this chap. It's not too much of a problem. So things so far are going well for me. So far my archery has done nothing, but in this round I actually plink off 2 in one round. That's quite impressive considering, yep, as I said before, I'll be needing 6s and 5s to win these guys. So I was well chuffed with that. So you can see how things are looking. I've moved my lines, my assassin back into the line. So now I've got all this shooting, I've got the spear support, and I've got a banner here. I'm pretty sure I can take on whatever the army dead can throw at me now. There's just not enough of them there for me to worry about. I can win the combat in number. On the left hand side there, my cav is taking on just the one guy. Happy with that. Again, as I said, knockdown and lances. There's a good chance I can kill him. I'm not too worried he's going to slow me down. There is the terror issue, so not all of them are going to be able to charge him anyway, but we'll see how it goes. So in the bottom, you can see how the combats went. If you're wondering why some of the guys have pulled back, he charged most of the time. The guy in the middle who hasn't engaged anything failed his terror check. But other than that, everyone went in where they could. I chucked in spear support where I can, no terror check required for that. My assassin taking on one guy, I'm happy with that, but you just see a base there. One of my cavalrymen managed to actually pass his terror test and charge right across from the other side, which was fantastic. And on this side, out of the 4 chaps that I was going to throw into this guy, including my leader, yeah, I failed all their terror chests bar 1, so one guy went in. As I said, I have the advantage of the extra attack, the lance, and knockdown should be enough. The combats here, not much happened. I think I actually won most of them thanks to the banner and that, and the extra supports. I was getting plenty of attacks in there. The charging lancer killed his opponent. My assassin killed his opponent. So yeah, I'm up well now. I don't think I've lost anyone yet. I don't think any of mine died. I'm just trying to look to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I've got archers back here. I think I'm still doing fine for numbers so far. Yep, and knocking this guy down with 4 chances to wound him, which would be on, would have been 6 and 4s, but I got a lance, so it'll be 5s and 3s. I managed to get a wound through and kill him. As you can see here, he's gone in again. I think my assassin actually failed his terror check this time, so couldn't get into a fight. The rest of the troops just moved, as you see. My cavalry on the way in. Try and get as many charges off as I can, but I'm slowly surrounding these guys. The sheer amount of attacks, I should be able to take them down. I did lose one of my Haradrim in these fights. Other than that, the combination of banner and numbers of attacks is helping me drive back the undead. So in this turn, I chucked in as many models as I can to get as many attacks on everything as I can. The guy behind the finger is my captain. He managed to get in, so all but one of my lancers managed to pass. So I didn't fail any of their terror tests, excuse me. Yeah, so with the sheer amount of attacks now, and the fact that I'm knocking them down, I should be doing all right. Yeah, and this is the final photo, which pretty much sums up how the combats went. I lost one of my Harad. Other than that, I should take out 4 more ghosts, bringing them down to the 25% that's required to the death for the game to end. And yeah, I was quite happy with that. My cavalry did exactly what I wanted my cavalry to do. There's not very many of them, but when they're actually thrown in with the other combats, it can make a real difference. The amount of attacks, the knockdown, and their lancers is pretty brutal. My opponent unfortunately played to what I wanted him to do. He came at me piecemeal, gave my shooting a time to do some damage, gave my assassin a chance to take on some guys, mano a mano, and which is never good. And then I just had sheer numbers after that. Even with the harbinger of death, or harbinger of evil. I still managed to get enough guys into the combats to make it all count. That's one of the advantages of spears. I mean, sticking in spear support, I don't have to charge the Terracles and Chaffee. As long as he charges me and I've got my spears behind, I can support whichever fight I need then and win some combats. So yeah, that was the first of my games, and that was a victory. I think I managed to get the max points. No, I didn't kill his leader, so his leader survived, so I didn't get the max points, which I think it's normally about 12. So I got the points for my opponent being broken, well, myself not being broken, which is normally about 5. I got the points for reducing I think it was reducing the enemy 25% was another one. Oh, and banners. I think banner had something to do with this. I had a banner here at the end of the game as well. So, yep, good first game. It kind of worked out to who I needed to play, really. I had the mixtures there. Some weaknesses to the Army of the Dead. They don't have much mixture. They've got no range support. Some cav might have been a bit scarier, and something to throw at me as well, which might be an interesting thing for my opponent to think about for the future. Alright, so I'll leave it there, and I'll see you on the next one. Thou Alice.